That's Smoky Mountains. Second 4K. We are in the Great Smoky Mountains, going to see the eclipse, August 21st, 8:17 a.m. Eclipse will start in about 5 hours and peak in about 6 or 7 hours, I guess.
Gotta get creative and take these pictures.
Nice.
Oh, that's a nice view
These
there.
mountains are beautiful. They're so pointy and like sharp on top. But our mountains are more round.
Yeah, rolling hills.
Yeah, and then in Pennsylvania they're all ridges too. They're not just these long things that go on forever. It's like the Rocky Mountains with trees. I mean, that's unbelievable. Pancake house. Yeah. Wow, this reminds me of Donegal when you get off the turnpike. Like all the stuff that's like right there in the
So it
mountains.
looks like an old tourist trap here.
Yeah, totally. Like we're Seven Springs. I wonder if I want to go skiing. Hitting the
There's
valley.
old cars.
Is this still in Giant's View?
River Realty. Wow.
1940s truck over there.
Oh, 1940s trucks are the best. Like off Lassie, they always had the 1940s truck in there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. that show, whatever it was like in the 50s or the 40s. Yeah, it was really old. I don't even think they show it on TV anymore. I used to watch it when I was little.
So after I got my degree, did some subbing, for industrial arts. So that was my field. So I was able to do that. Sometimes kids, the teacher let me, let the kids work. Because if you're not certified in that area, you couldn't let, they couldn't, if they had an English teacher or a history teacher, they couldn't let kids work. Where they liked me because I was certified in that area, and they would let, the kids could work. So, and then I think I subbed for one class for about 6 months or something year, and then I got. When I was going to college, I was.
Cades Cove. Wow, that's the bear. We're getting there.
While I was going to college, I was doing lawn work and things like that
Eclipse Park.
Oh my gosh, we can't be there already. Are we there already?
No, well, you can watch the eclipse from right here.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't.
It's just not as good.
Well, this wasn't far enough. Like, I want more of the scenic drive. Like, this is too close.
And here, there's a guy who moved in one of the places that I was cutting grass, and he worked in a small company in product development, window shades. So I showed him some of the stuff I built and made. So I worked with him for a number of years building prototypes. I actually have a patent on a product that I developed, a child safety device.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My dad had like 5 patents on stuff. I mean, none of it ever like made big money, but yeah, he had so many patents, it was crazy. I almost wanted to get a patent, and yeah, it's a lot of work. My dad, I remember when he was doing it, he had to go to DC and like research the Library of Congress and
we did that.
do a lot of that.
Patent. Well, it's a patent.
Place, wherever you go down there, there's a place, I guess. That's like in Disney World, that place Wilderness Lodge or whatever. It like has that like feel to it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's so like generic. I can think of 100 different flavors of Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a cemetery up here.
Oh yeah, graveyard. Look at that.
Cemetery.
Spooky.
Hold your breath.
Yeah.
This would be an easy one. It's so small.
You know, some people would hold their breath in the tunnels in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I know someone who did that.
There's a lady too that my mom knows that would scream the entire way she went through the tunnel.
Really?
She'd be like, ah! Yeah, she hated that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My dad knew someone who would like, every time he'd go through the tunnels, he'd be talking normal, like all the way up to the tunnel, it's like nothing's wrong. He'd be like, oh, excuse me. He'd grab this paper bag and be like, ooh, like breathing in the paper bag as he went through the tunnel.
So he doesn't get too much carbon dioxide.
Yeah, like so he doesn't hyperventilate. I guess he got crazy. He had claustrophobia.
Yeah, I got claustrophobia, but thankfully
and then once it's done, he'll just take it out and be like, be normal. It's like, excuse me while I freak out for a second.
That's so funny.
Really, it's just so fine before and after, but during it's like completely 0 to 60. Like he'd be going nuts. It's like, yeah, I'm used to it by now. It's so weird. It's like if you had that much control over it, you think you'd find a way to stop it.
Yeah, totally. If you know
that. Yeah, tunnels do some weird things with people. I always looked forward to going through them when I was young.
Yeah, I liked them a lot.
Yeah.
I like the turnpike so much because you get to go through all the
tunnels. You get like that. There's that one that has 2 in a row.
That's the best. And I like memorized all the names of the tunnels in the order that you reach them or whatever now because I've been through them so many times. But it was a few months ago I went through the Armstrong tunnel. I'm like, wow, I forgot about that tunnel. That's it's a strange one. It goes from like south side to the upside of Pittsburgh or uptown, whatever you call it.
It's funny.
Close to downtown.
Yeah, it's close to downtown.
Downtown. Downtown.
Downtown. It's not quite downtown.
It's funny. We only have 18 miles to go.
Yeah.
But it's still like almost 50 minutes just because of all the twisty roads.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Look at all these.
Can't get there from here.
The trees look like ghosts and like the animals, like cartoon figures out of a Dr. Seuss book, don't they? It's like.
Well, I wouldn't call them Dr. Seuss, but they are very very pretty.
Yeah.
Even with all the vines on them, they look nice.
Totally. I mean, they look like little arms, like reaching out to grab you. Like the plants are just gonna like start walking and moving like they're zombie plants.
Like the trees from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like trees from hell or something. Yeah, they're just all scary, crazy
Evil
looking
tree.
things. Yeah.
Watch out for that.
Is that a coyote or something?
I don't think a fox.
It's a fox. Okay, a gray fox.
What? I don't know. It was some sort of animal.
It was a dog-like animal.
Yeah, it was a predator.
Oh.
Jeez, I'm an idiot. It was some sort of animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you figured that much.
There's some apples back there.
Oh, the apples. Oh man. Oh well. Maybe we'll see some when we're home. The apples here are probably dry compared to the ones we got though. Cause yeah, it's
They're
hot
probably
here.
what?
They're probably drier because it's a lot hotter. I think down south they might not be as moist.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's why I was figuring the Georgia peaches. I mean, that maybe there's something to that because they're kind of dry compared to the Chambersburg. They're like gushing with juice, and you gotta like eat them over a bowl.
Maybe it's just the ones you
Might
have.
be a different variety.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I heard that there's peaches where they cling to the pit, and
Yeah,
the Chambersburg break away from the pit.
Those are called cling.
Cling
Cling
peaches.
fruits, yeah, and I think the Georgia peaches are a lot of times like when you get them, they're cling peaches, whereas the Chambersburg ones that I've had are all they break apart.
So it's just a different variety.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like way more
There's so many
juicy.
varieties. That's like cherries. There's,
Yeah.
used to be a huge variety of cherries. Apples. Apples. Just lots of variety of apples.
I like the Rainier cherries, but they're so expensive. Oh, they're
I don't
good.
care for the Rainier as much as the Bing.
Yeah, like the more normal kinds. I can't
Another
really.
cemetery.
Cemetery, okay. Well, yeah, there's a lot of graveyards here. I guess a lot of people wanted to die here or be buried here. It's not a bad place to die. I mean, if I had to pick a place to die, I could think of worse places. I'd rather
I don't know
live.
if they wanted to die here.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Spend their final few days. Might be a better way of putting
Yeah,
it.
yeah, totally. Like, oh, I'm gonna go up here and die.
Church in the Cove.
Man, are we in the Bible Belt or
I
something?
think so. I think
what
we're in
I
the
see
Southern Bible
I
Belt.
see a church every mile.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, when I moved it under.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's smoke in the Smoky Mountains. That's amazing.
Shit.
Yeah.
Couldn't get that.
Oh, darn.
See, when I'm driving, I stop for pictures.
Take pictures.
Yeah, I did that on my Alaska trip. I stopped like the whole time. I only made a 7-minute video because I don't know, somehow I wish I would have recorded the whole thing now, but back then, and then I took like thousands of pictures. I had 2,500 pictures when I came back from Alaska.
That would have been me.
Yep, I'd see a glacier and I'd just like stop. When they had all these pullovers in Alaska too, where you can camp out if you're in an RV, or you can, because they know people are going to do that. So you just stop and get out and take all these pictures. But I didn't have any time that one day because I had to get back to Fairbanks from Anchorage, and I was taking the scenic route, which was 450 miles. So I needed to keep moving, but so I'd stop, like 30 seconds, whatever, get on the road again, and just try to like do the pictures really fast. Ideally, I would have wanted to get out and hike and probably spend a week making that trip back.
Oh, slow down here.
Oops, okay, here we are. Well, at least the people don't drive like West Virginians, because in West Virginia, the roads will be like this and it'll be 50 miles an hour. Like, I've been in places like that where it's literally not safe. I'm like, what engineer figured out the safety factor on this?
Them and the Pennsylvania one need to get together and start being like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, Pennsylvania is usually slower than it needs to be. Unless you're in New Stanton. New Stanton has roads that would be in Allegheny County that would be 30, and they're like 50. Like, there's like right outside our work, it's residential, and people are going like 50. Route 321, okay. That's interesting. It's US 321.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto East Lamar Alexander Parkway.
Because we have 322 and it goes through
Rat.
Pennsylvania. So it says turn left.
Yeah.
All right.
A creek.
There. It's a big creek. Yeah.
Listen, bears on a tree. Look at the bears on the tree.
Yeah. This reminds me of Alaska because there was all like these wooden bears up there, and every time I went, I always noticed them. There's more here than even in Alaska.
I like this bush here.
That's a pretty bush. Oh my
That's what I'm
gosh.
trying to figure out what I asked. I took a picture of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Turn left onto East Lamar Alexander Parkway.
Smoky Mountain National Park.
gas station,
Yeah,
I would
you
like to
want?
wash this window.
Yeah. Oh, I wash my hands because they're kind of sticky from breakfast. That might work. Let's come in here. Yeah, get that bug off.
How much gas do you have?
3/4 of a tank. Like this thing
We'll
is
probably,
insanely
we'll probably have enough
efficient.
to get when we get back up to that where we bought the gas before,
Totally.
maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what?
we can get to
park?
West Virginia.
Okay.
You want to get closer?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Back. Good. Wait for this guy.
Look at that.
Nice. Oh, a little dune buggy or something. That's pretty
They're gonna get where it's really good.
neat.
Yeah.
See the eclipse.
It's an event of astronomical proportions.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. That's crazy. I want to see the stars.
Nice
When the stars come
there.
out. That's going to be crazy. It is. You know what? Darn, too bad. Yeah, because I was going to say, if people could go to like Cherry Springs Park, that place in Pennsylvania, but yeah, it won't be very much there. But if they ever had a total eclipse, you'd probably see the Milky Way and all that.
Well, they'll have it close in a few years.
Yeah, when it goes to Presque Isle, yeah, you'll be able to see it pretty well in the, like some pretty dark places up in northwest Pennsylvania.
Little hiking path.
Nice. I wonder if that's going to be, I'll have to check the day if that happens in the summer or the winter. That would be kind of strange if it was like the middle of the winter and you like went up there and there was like all frozen, like Lake Erie was frozen and then there was a solar eclipse.
In 1,000 feet, slight right.
Slightly right. We're getting somewhere here. Wow, yeah. Cades Cove, we're getting close.
Slight right onto Old State Highway 73 scenic, then turn right onto Laurel Creek Road.
Creek Road. They have mountain laurel plants growing down
Turn
there.
right onto Laurel Creek Road. Continue on Laurel Creek Road for 13 miles.
Oh wow. 13 miles, it keeps getting better. This is pretty amazing.
It'll be right there.
We're in like a canopy of trees. We're gonna keep going up, I guess. Great Smoky Mountain Institute at Tremel. Now the temperature is 76, so I'll see how low it drops when we actually get to the top. Getting to that thing at least, which is totally off. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Close to all motor vehicles Wednesdays and Saturdays, so just hiking, I guess, on those days. It's pretty crazy. Like, if you want to come here on the weekend, you can't drive in here unless it's a Sunday.
Oh, this is the trail.
Oh,
This is the bike
the
trail.
bike trail? Oh, it's like up the mountain, though. Wow, well, it's not much of a trail here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Or I should say bike path.
maybe there's not like a part that's like a loop or anything. It actually just goes straight up the mountain.
Yeah, I'd rather start at the bottom,
Yeah, good
bike up, and then when I'm tired.
Yeah, totally. You don't want to have to be the other way. It's like when I'm kayaking on a river that has
Yeah.
current. I always kayak
Up.
down, or what do I do? Oh no, wait. I do the one first so I can go back. You're right. Yeah, up, and then when I'm tired, I can go back. Yeah, that's what I do. The exception to that was that they saw something that scared them on top.
They're gonna be a solar eclipse. We gotta leave.
Yeah, hurry up, cover your eyes.
bound to hit something eventually.
Yeah, totally. Gets too bad. Change it back to time lapse.
10 miles away.
10 miles.
Dave, we need to park there and watch it.
Oh gosh, yeah. What if we pass that up and we'll have to turn around and we'll have to get what
Park there and then bike to the visitor center.
Yeah, so I mean, it might be the best thing because when then it's going to be taken. I mean, gosh, I don't know.
Might be somebody just going real slow.
Okay, yeah, it could be a sightseer.
Yeah, it's a, we call it trailer or a travel.
Tourist. Yeah, someone's not local. Yeah, they're not being a yoke.
Man, this camera sucks.
Yeah.
Is that what it is, the camera?
Oh, you're using your phone camera.
The camera?
Yeah. I can set this thing to automatically take pictures at a certain interval, but then the video quality is less, like you can't have the full maximum quality. Don't be mad. Yeah, you can't have that many letters in Pennsylvania. They got 8 letters. It's only 7 letters on vanity plates. North Carolina. So I'm starting to see some white pines and stuff.
Where?
Up there, some bigger white pines, like
Oh, yeah.
what you might see in Cook's Forest or something. Maybe not as big, but bigger.
I don't know, with so many cars parked down here, you make you wonder.
God, yeah, I mean, we have to be down further. I don't know. Oh gosh, the guy's turn around. I think he got something we don't know. That's why people are coming back. They're
should go to the top and then decide. I mean, because we don't want to miss the top. We don't want to be like, well, we never went to the top. At least we can like look around. If we can park up there, okay, nothing. Yeah, then we're just kind of, I mean, at least we were there. Like, yeah, just like get there. Oh, there's some mountain ash. Yeah, they have a smaller one.
Done roughly once a month. Most months it doesn't cause an eclipse. Instead, it usually glides a little above or below the sun because its orbit is tilted relative to the sun's path across the sky. The solar eclipse occurs only when the new moon crosses that path. And even then, most eclipses are only partial. The moon covers only part of the sun's disk, which is what most Americans will see today. Total eclipses occur an average of about 18 months apart, although the gap can range from a few months to more than 2 years. The next total eclipse will take place in 2019, visible from parts of South America. And there'll be another eclipse over the U.S. on April 8th of 2024, from Texas to Maine. So if you miss out on today's show, start planning for the next one, another disappearing act for the sun. Our web address is stardate.org. For the University of Texas at Austin McDonald Observatory, I'm Sandy North.
Everyone's considering parking.
Yeah.
Everyone's considering just parking. The only problem about biking here is that it's not really easy to share the bike with the car.
Yeah, that doesn't seem too fun. I like the bike trail. I'd rather do a hike. Maybe we could do a little hike loop.
91.9 FM WUOT.
Go into the woods a
HD1
little.
Knoxville. Online at WUOT.org.
School of Hard Knoxville.
Good
Nice.
Monday morning to you. Today is August 21st, and you tuned into the morning concert on WUOT 91.9 FM. I'm your host, Melanie Dodson. Very honored to be here with you today, as usual, to share 3 hours of beautiful classical music. And today we'll be listening to music.
Yeah.
Fall asleep.
He has a little sleep-inducing.
Gavin Lee reports from Barcelona. The Europe-wide manhunt for homeless Abu Yaqub is now into its 4th day, and Spanish authorities say they have no indication of where he's hiding or whether he's left Spain. The Catalan Interior Minister, Joaquim Firm, said it was now clear that Abu Yaqub had left Las Ramblas Boulevard and was picked up on CCTV, walking through the nearby La Boqueria market wearing sunglasses, amongst others fleeing the scene. An hour and a half later, on the outskirts of the city, he stole a car by stabbing and killing a driver to get away. The authorities have identified 34-year-old Pau Perez, a Spanish national, as the 15th victim.
The Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has condemned a U.S. decision to make Russians go to Moscow if they want a visa for the United States. He told a news conference it was an attempt to stir up discontent among Russians towards their own government. The U.S. move follows a decision last month by Moscow ordering a sharp reduction in the number of U.S. diplomatic staff. Sarah Rainsford is in Moscow.
What the Americans have done is said that given that they will have so few staff working in the country, they can't cope with applications for visas across the country, and everyone will now have to come to Moscow. Now, bear in mind that this is a country that spans 11 time zones, and you can see that that's a fairly significant move for anyone who wants to apply for a visa to America. I understand there was something like 160,000 applicants last year alone. The majority here in Moscow, but for people from as far away as Vladivostok and Kamchatka in the Far East. So a fairly major move by the US diplomatic mission here in Russia.
The Chinese car maker Great Wall says it wants to buy all or part of one of the world's leading motor companies, Fiat Chrysler. It's particularly interested in the company's famous US vehicle brand, Jeep. Fiat Chrysler says it's not yet been formally approached, but John Sudworth says a bid would be a logical move for Great Wall.
This is a Chinese car company with global ambitions. It wants eventually, as many car companies do, of course, to make that transition from being a domestic brand to an international one. It wants to sell its cars into the American and European markets, and to do so, it needs design, it needs research expertise, and it needs marketing expertise.
Needs reliability.
And the easiest way to get that, obviously, is to buy it off the shelf.
John Sudworth reporting. US-led coalition airstrikes on the Syrian city of Raqqa are reported to have killed 27 civilians. The British-based Syrian Observatory for
A lot of
Human
people are
Rights
hiking
said
up.
the attacks on Sunday
But we keep seeing more and more parking as we go.
Islamic State
I think some people would like give up.
Planes are supporting Kurdish and Arab fighters on the ground, battling to capture Raqqa. World news from the BBC.
I think go up and then come back down and find the closest park.
Yeah, because if we go up, then we see like more and more parking spaces.
Yeah.
It's not like they're all run out.
Yeah, maybe the hikers come in and started below, and then everyone's getting afraid, and they didn't realize there's something up here.
Well, some people are just going to go up just for the hike.
Yeah.
If I have my crutches, so I should bring my crutches.
Oh, yeah.
That way, I can go some distance. Just my crutches.
The Swedish woman who took on board has told them he buried her at sea after she died in an accident. Mike Saunders has more. Peter Madsen is a 46-year-old engineer and inventor who raised funds on the internet to build his 18-meter-long submarine, the Nautilus. 30-year-old Kim Howl, an
There's a couple spots back there.
joined the
Yeah, and here, I mean, it's like everywhere.
What happened next is murky. He texted a friend to say he'd dropped her off on the island, but later he was rescued when the sub.
Oh, great. One of those divorce bikes.
Yeah, like a divorce kayak. That's what we called the double kayaks at the boathouse. Divorce boats.
That's the problem with canoes.
Yeah, they're always divorce boats.
The government of Nepal has announced that the first
I met my girlfriend on there.
Oh, well, see, maybe it works sometimes.
Elections to certain state assemblies.
Yeah, look at all this parking here. Yeah.
It's more and more as we go on.
The document was passed by
You just gotta do it. You gotta do it with no expectation. That's the key to getting in those double bikes and kayaks. When you expect something, then you get disappointed.
Totally. 75 degrees. It's actually warming up faster. It's warming up faster than we're going up the mountain. It was like 72. Now it's actually going up.
Times applauded the move, saying companies that want to operate within China have to abide by the country's laws.
I've seen some of those Great Wall cars when I went to Belize.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like every other brand.
Hello, I'm Razia Iqbal. Welcome to News Hour from the BBC World Service. It comes to you live from our studios in central London. Today, another collision involving the US Navy. How did it happen? We'll speak to someone very familiar with one of the busiest...
No, my ears feel like they might pop, but they're still not popping.
Also, who are the men behind the recent attacks in Spain, and what's known about their links to Morocco and radicalization in Spain?
Oh, we're at the top of the Smoky Mountains.
Where'd the cars go?
The sound from
They're down the hole.
27 years ago.
They went down that way.
Down that way? Or were we going the wrong way?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Well, it
There's
says
no place to go.
we're only getting in the park now.
Yeah, now we're in Cades Cove.
That was nuts. Everyone was outside of
Get ready to see some cool pictures.
Yeah.
They said there's some good pictures off the Cades Cove Road.
Oh man. Way ahead, yeah.
Said local authorities were responding to the accident.
We have dispatched search and rescue assets on the ground. We have 3 ships involved in the search and rescue effort. At the same time, there are quite a number of boats belonging to MMA, the Navy, as well as the Marine Police. They are also involved. We also have air assets in the area. The search area is about 100 nautical miles.
Our correspondent in Singapore is Karishma Vaswani, who has been down at the dockside. Karishma, just if you can, describe to us the impact of this collision on the USS John S. McCain.
Well, looking at the pictures, Razia, of the damage that the USS John McCain sustained as a result of this collision, it looks like pretty significant damage. The U.S. Navy Public Affairs Department said that there were a number of compartments that were damaged as a result of the collision, including the sleeping quarters of some of the crew, machinery and communications rooms, but that the flooding was managed to be controlled by the crew, and as a result, the ship, they could bring it to the
This is like the main part of the park. We still have to go a lot of miles.
Now, it has to be said that the injuries that
We're about here, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, this looks like where we would be.
Where do they say?
That's
We're supposed to go. Okay, are we going further?
What we've been told by the U.S. Navy is that those injuries were not life-threatening, but there
I
is
put in,
still a search and rescue
I put in
operation
the
underway.
visitor center
As
on
we
this.
speak,
Okay,
frankly.
so that's
It's
still
now
further,
nighttime here in Singapore, but authorities have said to us that the search and rescue
Nighttime in
operation
Singapore,
for
they're
those
not
10
gonna see the
missing
eclipse.
sailors continues throughout the night, even as repairs are being made to the warship, which is docked at the Changi Naval Base in Singapore.
And Karishma, has there been any indication from the authorities there, perhaps from the commanding officer? Have there been any press conferences held regarding what might have caused this, how this could have happened?
Not at this stage, Razia. I think the priority over the
It is
last
weird to
couple of
see a
hours,
park like this on a
understandably,
Monday.
has been
Usually
to
you
try
see
and
this
fix
kind of stuff like
the
on
immediate
Memorial Day
problem, which
weekend
is
or
to get
sometime
the
like
ship,
that.
back to shore and to find these missing sailors. But what we do understand is that by Tuesday morning there will be some sort of press statement which will perhaps reveal more details as to why this collision happened. Now, to remind our listeners, the collision happened earlier in the hours, early hours, I should say, of Monday morning, in some of the busiest waters in the world. Now, this collision took
There's
place
handicap
in
spots
the
there if you
east
want.
of
Should we
the
park there? You want to
You
see
want?
something there? Yeah, why not? We'll see what's here.
Waterways. There's no
You got the
indication
ticket
just
or
to
the
say
It's right
that
there
is what
beside
caused
you.
Oh, nice.
the
Okay, pass it
collision.
up.
And, this is a particularly congested...
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Grab this one and the other one. This one. Let's take like this. We're at Cades Cove Park, kind of near the campground. Information. Smoky Mountains. National Park Service. Oh wow. Alright. Like watch, yeah, one of them.
Like there's a woman, a couple women.
Okay.
Deeper inquiry is the fact
I
that the
see.
ships are
Okay.
stretched thinly, that the force structure the U.S. Navy has stationed in the Western Pacific is insufficient for the tasks that are asked of it. The others will have to make it up. We'll have to send more ships from the continental U.S. to fill it up to it. But this is a big question that I have is the tempo of operations in the Western Pacific frame readiness and professionalism as a result of having too few ships to do the job.
What are we to make of this in the context of previous collisions involving US Navy vessels? Have you ever had any personal experience of anything like this that you can share with us?
I've never had a collision. They are rare. The U.S. Navy is virtually everywhere. It's huge and it's global. So if you've spent any time at sea, you will have had close calls. But what happens is that somebody recognizes that something has to be done. Anybody who has been to sea who says they haven't had a close call is not being truthful.
And that was former US Navy officer Brian McGrath. He was the commanding officer of a destroyer similar to the USS John S.
Okay, there's like a little, there's a little thing around there.
Say that again?
Oh, look at that picture.
Now, the Chinese car maker Great Wall says it wants to buy all or part of one of the world's leading motor companies, Fiat Chrysler. It's particularly interested in the famous US vehicle brand Jeep, which is owned by Fiat Chrysler. With me in the studio is our economics correspondent Andrew Walker. Andrew, tell us more about this intention to acquire. Why is the Chinese car maker interested?
Well, that's all we've got from a spokesperson at Great Wall Motors. Fiat Chrysler, for their part, have said they haven't actually had any formal approach, so that's all we have is this intention to make some sort of acquisition. Great Wall Motors is particularly strong in sport utility vehicles, light pickup trucks, and that's an area where this Jeep brand that we mentioned and an additional brand called Ram, so by Fiat Chrysler, are particularly strong. So there's an obvious kind of synergy to be had there. Great Wall would get the access to technology that would help it develop its own models for the Chinese and other Asian markets, and it would also be quite a useful step into the North American market. And when you consider the political environment, I mean, there might be issues about the takeover, but the
Yeah.
to acquire a manufacturer.
Don't acquire a brand that Jeep is. The reason they sell is because the American heritage.
Yeah, Americans like an American car. It's up.
Because it's just a lineage of Jeep and what it was all about.
Yeah.
If they sold it, that would be the end of it.
Nobody would buy them in America. They have the Bantam Jeep Festival in Butler. I think something that originated in Butler.
Right, it did.
That's amazing. So it's not just American. It's like Pennsylvania proud or whatever.
It was,
It's like, yeah, I don't care.
the initial design was in Butler.
Okay.
But the real runnings were made in Ohio, Willys Overland.
Okay, Ohio.
And then Ford also made a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, it's just that they needed a lot of Jeeps and that they couldn't ramp up.
Oh, wow.
But the design was made in Bantam.
Bantam.
And Bantam made trailers
Wait,
for
but was Bantam a guy or what was Bantam?
Yep. Is the company.
The company. So that's why they call it the Bantam Jeep Festival. Okay, 'cause I never went to it, but I know people that are organizers of that.
The figure of about 19-20 billion dollars that Fiat Chrysler is worth. So it's not inconceivable just in terms of the relative sizes of the two places.
Is this one way?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I mean, unless it's an oil and gas road, yeah, usually those roads will actually be two ways and they'll look like this.
Just let's look a little bit more detail into the kind of political hurdles that you nodded to. I mean, what kinds of issues might arise?
Imagine if an ambulance had to come through here, because it would have to go whatever way is quickest. That would be like pretty hard.
Freaking take a helicopter.
Yeah, maybe that's, that do that, because there ain't hospitals nearby anyway.
Obstacles that American regulators can most definitely raise are in terms of national security and competition. Frankly, not very clear that those would be particular issues in this case. But nonetheless, if the administration were to push for a more sceptical attitude towards the takeover, that would be difficult. And then there's just the question of
scenic loop.
Market
pretty scenic,
environment. Generally hostile environment would be unattractive to a bidder. But the Americans is a very big market and they may find it irresistible.
Our economics correspondent Andrew Walker joining us live here in the studio at NewsHour.
Presidents are expected to serve as moral leaders, but after Charlottesville, many are turning to their spiritual leaders. Some of these faith communities have fought racism and
There's a dog that wants to see the solar eclipse.
How much are we hearing from America's faith leaders? Or how little? What are they saying? And who's listening? Next time on
This would be a good place. The meadow right here.
Yeah, this is a really amazing place to be.
10 o'clock on WUOT 2. On the next Fresh Air, how a young Winston Churchill earned distinction and tested his mettle in war.
He wanted to be in the most difficult, most dangerous battles he could find, and he wanted to be noticed. He wanted to stand out.
We speak with Candace Millard about her new book, Hero of the Empire, The Boer War, A Daring Escape, and the Making of Winston Churchill. Join us. Join us for Fresh Air today at noon on WUOT.
This is
I'm looking at the road.
Live from the BBC in London.
There you go, Mike.
You got the legs. Oh, nice. I thought that was funny too. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, they're just looking there, all like ready, like they're at the beach.
Solar eclipse casting
Nice.
a deep shadow that will sweep over.
It'll sleep. We're all gonna pass out and go to sleep when this eclipse comes.
Since the founding of the Republic in 1776, from Oregon in the west to South Carolina in the east. At a time of political upheaval, could this be a bit of a personal note from the universe? Well, let's not get too philosophical or heavy, as for many people this is just going to be an exciting scientific moment. Let's join Nuala McGovern, who is
Moments
in
of scientific inquiry.
Hi Razia, how are you? Very good morning. As it is here, it's just 20 minutes past 8, but I'm not alone. I'm in a field. Shall I set the scene
Somebody
for you?
West Virginia here.
Missouri.
Yeah.
This is called the center line of the eclipse. So a lot of people have come to Rosecrans
Center
Air
line,
Base
called the path of
to join
totality.
me as we're hoping for a total eclipse.
I guess there's
and
a
to be
center
able
line
to see
inside
it.
that
And
too.
I thought I came pretty far, right from London. It took quite a while to get here into St. Joseph, Missouri. But I met somebody who took even a little bit longer. Louis Pagano, you're very welcome. Where did you come from?
We come from Sydney, Australia.
Oh wow.
Why?
What's that? Oh, well, what?
They come from Sydney, Australia. To see it. Yeah, that's pretty about as far as you can get.
Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Australia.
Oh,
and
on the radio.
we
Yeah.
can only chase tiny touches of the sun because they're spectacular.
You are called then an umbrophile, somebody who chases shadows. This is not your first time. Why do you continue to do it?
They're exciting.
Crazy,
Crazy Australians, they are crazy sometimes.
What part of the cycle the sun is, and it's an 11-year cycle, and some are more spectacular than others. You'll see prominences coming out of the sun during total eclipses. So there's lots of features to see.
That would be coming out of the sun's atmosphere. What we're really looking for is called the corona, which is the sun's atmosphere, the chromosphere.
You guys ever hear like a mass coronal ejection? That's like what makes the northern lights go further south. They had one of those earlier.
Overcast at the moment. Every so often, sun breaks through, and Louis is with about 40 people that have been cheering every time the sun smiles down.
That's correct. That's right. We just want that sun to appear. We want to see this total eclipse of the sun. This is why we've travelled here.
People, some of them that are with you for first time. It'll be my first time to see a total eclipse. Hopefully, we'll be able to see it with the weather, basically helping us along. But is it life changing, like some people say?
It's all inspiring. They're just beautiful phenomena to observe. And each, as I said before, each total eclipse of the sun is different and spectacular. The sun's corona, for example, you'll see streams, projections, which is basically the magnetic fields of the sun, and you'll see
Somebody tipped the tree.
Change shape and dance over the 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
I can't wait to see the magnetic fields of the sun.
Has that happened?
Yes.
Or do people get involved?
Yes, no, people do all sorts of things. I remember the first time my children observed the total eclipse of the sun, which was in Ciccone, South Australia. They were doing cartwheels and yelling and screaming and all the rest. But what happens is about 10 minutes before totality, it starts to get dark, and it'll get dark very rapidly, and the temperature will come down by about 10 to 15 degrees Celsius.
That much?
So
10 to 15 Celsius?
During that totality period. So, yes, it is, if the circumstances are just, they're spectacular.
So this is, Razia, the Great American Eclipse. So we're going to be hearing on the BBC World Service of people all the way from Oregon, where it's going to
my son wanted to come see this, but he's in Malaysia.
Oh man, he's in there for a while.
Down to South Carolina. I'm going to be on from 15 GMT. I have to say, very much looking forward to it.
In fact, he was supposed to come back on the 25th. He's actually has to stay longer.
GPS signal lost.
What's in Malaysia for?
Before it is
A water treatment plant.
Eclipse and totality. That's a word that we have in our lexicon here to happen.
Bringing the total eclipse of the sun.
Nuala McGovern and friends are there in Missouri, and you can hear Nuala again on the BBC World Service from 1500 to 1900 GMT today.
What's the weather? What's the temperature like
Cambridge
outside?
University Press,
79, but this thing will say it's 111.
So, I mean, can we just have the windows open?
Yeah, so let's try that, yeah.
Shut the air conditioner off.
Let's see how we would do that. We do go like that. I don't know if it's still blowing something.
It has a nice smell outside.
Yeah, it smells fresh.
Censorship demands.
These windows go down too.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, that's a shame. Are they goofed up? Maybe they're not.
The authorities in Spain say they believe a man who drove a van into crowds in Barcelona last week escaped the scene on foot, then hijacked a vehicle. They say they don't know whether the suspect, a Moroccan, Younes Abouyacoub, is still in Spain. Catalonia's regional minister told reporters the number killed in Thursday's attacks had been raised to 15, to include the driver of the hijacked car, who was stunned. The U.S. Embassy in Moscow says it will temporarily stop issuing visas for Russians to visit the United States on Wednesday amid the ongoing...
It was overexposing, and it wasn't picking up the mountains, but now hopefully it'll be ready. Which was owned by Pierce Brosnan. Iraqi government forces say they've been advancing on the second day of an offensive aimed at recapturing the northern city of Tal Afar from Islamic State militants. It's one of the group's few remaining strongholds.
I'll say the group is really losing power. Islamic State's not going to be around much longer.
Thank goodness for that.
There'll still be. There'll be some other ones that'll pop up. Yeah, it's like Al-Qaeda was replaced by that. There'll be viruses. There'll be something else. One goes, another comes. It's more evil than them. Oh, it's just crazy.
The Independent Human Rights Commission in Afghanistan has urged the government to stop conducting virginity tests on women. It says they have a damaging psychological impact on women that is tantamount to sexual abuse. Police in Denmark say being questioned over the disappearance of a Swedish woman he took on board has told them he buried her at sea after she died in an accident. A search for the body of Kim Wall, the journalist, is ongoing. BBC News.
I think he murdered her.
Backgrounds of the main troubles in the attacks in Barcelona. But first, our daily look at the world of business. And despite the war in Syria, a major trade fair is happening in the capital Damascus. Who knows these two sets is there?
Looking for poison ivy.
Checking the sound system, checking
looking for it.
It's in place. The fairground is slowly filling up. Journalists, officials, business people from around the world. Which is a friend to the government.
That looks like Montana.
See the story that's told here in the shiny silk flags flapping in a hot Syrian summer's wind. I can see in the background Iranian, Lebanese, Iraqi, Brazilian, Japanese, Pakistani. Warren taking a down there at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium today. Okay.
I can't figure out how to turn that darn thing off for the life of me.
How to do what?
I can't turn the radio off. I mean, you can turn it up or down or whatever.
Push the button.
Is this supposed to make it
the volume button. The volume button.
Where is it? I don't see it. There it is. Okay.
Oh, people are parking here.
Yeah. There we go. That's enough pictures.
Somebody from PA.
New Jersey, Alabama. There's Tennessee. Yeah, I see Florida, Georgia.
Florida. Two Floridas.
Those are Florida. Okay, those aren't peaches. Those are oranges.
Somebody has like straw umbrellas, like straw huts back there. Oh, cool.
I think it's Ohio in front of us. Yeah, it looks like it. You can't see the state.
Somebody decided to park there.
Goes woof woof.
An interesting restaurant. Right.
Someone was telling me you can eat the bright orange ones that grow on the logs. We got the other day. I don't know about that, man. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of scary.
Those are jack-o'-lanterns.
Is that what they are?
They're toxic.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like bright colors mean don't eat it. Yeah, I mean, I don't
Well,
eat any of them.
chanterelles are bright yellow. They look like tangerine peelings. And they're very nice. They're really good. I like them. Some old language there.
Yeah, I can tell what it was. There's, handicap. Symbol. That's all I need.
Ohio? Yeah. I think the car in front of us is from PA.
Ontario.
Yeah.
This place is small.
He was just right there. Tree probably.
Give you more exact time. They're over in the blue tent.
See the red velvet ant over there?
Where's the red velvet ant? Is that a big ant?
Well, it's actually a wasp.
A wasp, okay.
They call it
Let's
red
see
velvet
it.
ant. It has a really bad sting.
Oh, it must be something that's down here that we don't have. I'm curious.
I don't know. I saw one in Ohio. I haven't seen one in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So where do you see it?
See if you can find it again. Just walking around. There. Oh, you might want to watch your foot.
Oh, that's a red velvet ant.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
That thing's dangerous.
That's a bad bug.
Yeah. Where are you from?
New York.
We're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's right.
Mills Park all over. Going to this little house.
You can step up there.
Oh no. Yeah, usually the one at McConnell's Mills isn't active. This is pretty neat they're running this one.
It's highly entertaining. Catch them so people don't mess around. Touch the top bucket, just gently. You ever heard a rattlesnake rattle?
Yeah.
You've never done that? It's just so we can move them.
That's funny.
So you have a Zion shirt on. Have you been there? Yep. You think we need the buses here?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No.
That's a lot of cars.
There was nuts.
Yeah. I went to Zion before they had the buses.
Pretty, yeah.
The original internal grindstones are being used too.
That's so neat. That's like, wow. Yeah, let's check out this White House. This is neat.
Easy way to kill the time.
Yeah, this is nice. I didn't think this park would have so many neat little side things to do while you're waiting. It totally like makes me want to come back too, just like to explore it more at a different time.
Will not see the amount of people it has today again for like the next 5 years total.
5 years, really?
That's my guess.
Oh, all combined, yeah. Bugs are getting me. There must be like no CMs or something. Please. Yeah. There's a house you can go inside. Playhouse. Oh, a dugout canoe. Playhouse. Oh, a dugout canoe. There's a place in, if you ever go to, I'm trying to think, Beaver Creek State Park, Ohio, near where we did that hike, they have a little village like this. It's all like historical stuff. Old house. You don't see that much. I get a Oh, is it Denali on the buses up there twice? I was in Denali, Alaska on those buses. Those are pretty incredible.
Yeah, I have not been there. I've heard.
Beautiful. Wow, look at this thing. Oh, it's turning and spinning. Oh, it's cool around here. Yep. There's a lot of windfall trees. whole area looks like it might be a swamp or something in the spring. I could see that all being like waterlogged. Yeah, just it kind of has that look to it. This must be poison ivy growing up the tree. Sometimes it does that. Yeah, I'm gonna find out.
The post finds about it.
Oh.
Captured him?
Yeah, pretty much. He was a wild Pokemon.
Oh my gosh. see the mountains out there.
Oh well.
What happened?
I just threw further that way.
Oh,
No water dripping.
okay, here's the creek. Wow.
Go, go.
Lots of dead trees, but it's like one tree, I think, and half of it died. Whoa. Yeah, it's strange. Oh, there's a purple tree. Purple leaves. Definitely rather be doing this than riding my bike up a hill today.
Yeah, that would have been a brutal ride.
Yeah, and it's so hot. Like I'd probably be overheating and dehydration and all that.
Yeah, we didn't need to bring the bike. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I brought stuff I didn't use before. I've brought my kayak to places where I thought I was going to use it, and then they pull out a raft or something, and they're like, "Oh, we're doing it in rafts," or sometimes both my kayak and my bike.
It's magnificent.
Yeah, I got the old one the other day. I had special gloves on. Couldn't really do anything. This totally looks like a crayfish creek. Like you'd probably turn over the rocks and that's probably where they hide. Oh, there's a red flower. I've seen these at North Park. I don't know what they're called.
Path over there?
I don't know. Well, yeah, it keeps going over here. I see. It's like, looks like it would go there, but it goes here. You think, oh, that's one too. Maybe that's the only one. Yeah, I don't know what's good. Too
small for a creek.
Yeah, that's a creek. That's not even a creek. Yeah, it's a little dumb. Crayfish, yeah. Oh, look at the buckball. Oh, I think those ones are probably good. You know, they're pretty white. What is this, a crayfish? Oh. Do you think it will get you?
Gotcha.
Is it gonna bite?
It can only swim backwards. Got it.
You got the crayfish? Oh, look at
there it is.
Whoa. He can pinch though, can he?
Yeah, don't touch his pinchers.
No, but you can hold him.
If you
fin
grab
back.
him this way, he won't be able to pinch you.
He's like a lobster, right?
Yep.
Oh, let me see.
He can't pinch you this way.
I have to grab him exactly.
You gotta be really careful though. If he might be able to grab you there.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get him. You almost have to hold him by the tail, or is that bad?
No, he'll pinch you there.
Oh, that one spot. Well, you know what? I'll just do that. Hi, little guy.
Backwards.
Where is he?
Right there.
Oh, he is.
Crawl forward, but swim backward.
Whoa, he's swimming backwards? I think
that's how they normally do that.
He's moving forwards.
Oh, look at the snake. Watch out.
Where's the snake?
Right there. You see it?
No.
It's just a tiny little one. I don't think it was a harmful.
Where is it?
It could have been a baby rattler,
don't see
though,
it?
so I'd be careful.
No. I mean, what if it's a copperhead? Oh, God.
It was a small one, but it could be a baby.
Yeah. Snakes are scary.
Ooh.
That's crazy. There's all kind of things that'll get you in this creek.
Stonefish.
A stonefish?
Not stonefish, stonefly, I mean.
Oh, stonefly. Aren't there like caddis and stuff like that that
I don't know where it went.
do stuff under here? See, yeah, I was seeing all kinds of weird snakes. The snakes could be anywhere. Ooh.
Another.
What?
It's a fish.
Mm-hmm. Let me see a snake. I saw a fish. What do you see? Yeah, they don't want to be swept. I should brought my sandals. Ooh. Stones are sharp. Oh, that's a great fishing job.
That one's feisty. I don't like it.
Yeah. Thistles are weird. Take a look at them. Yeah, they're a little bit different, I guess. Not too different. This kind of reminds me of like my geology field camp in Wyoming. But it'd like be all these mountains and we'd be on these like dirt roads that went on forever. Trees though. We did different mapping projects, like we did in South Dakota, we did like mapping the layers of sedimentary rocks with a Jacob staff, and then we went to Wyoming in the Red Hills, and we did more like structural mapping and stuff like that there, and that was like 2 or 3 weeks. And then we kind of like got some side trips into the Tetons and Yellowstone, and we went to Idaho and the Snake. We got the raft on the Snake River Gorge, and then we did some like igneous type geology in Idaho with like domes and plutons and lahar flows and different things. So, and then Pinedale, Wyoming, and southern Wyoming was glacial stuff. It was all like mapping, just different kinds of geology. But it was 45 days when I went in that same field camp, because like Lehigh University, they only go for like 28 days now or something. They cut out all the extra stuff that was fun. It's kind of, I feel bad for the people going now. I went because it was all tent camping, and it was like, you know, not one where you just like stay at some place and like make day trips, and I wanted to travel. We just like went to different places for a long time.
Park's over there.
Is that where we're going?
Tree lines over that way.
Okay. Jeez. I wonder if we have to cut through all this craziness. We'll get so many ticks, and snakes will come out and get us. Yeah, maybe this will connect to the other road.
5 minutes?
12:31. Yeah, it would be fun. Just randomly. He'd be walking real slow, probably. This looks like the road we came in on. Yeah, there's nobody here. This is crazy. They must have closed it all down.
Probably close it down, like, because the parking's coming out.
Yeah, interesting. Oh wow, we were good.
So we had some time to spare.
Yeah, this is nice. I'm glad we got to hike and see more of the park and not just like see what we were gonna see and nothing more.
voice. With your voice.
That's his path?
That's when you got out.
Oh, okay, so we're getting good. We're not far then. That wasn't far at all. Yeah. I drove up to where that sign is. Oh, we can get back in the woods. Nah. Huh. It's 12:45. The total solar eclipse should start in about maybe 30 minutes, maybe less. There's a few more people here. Cades Cove State Park / Smoky Mountain National Park. I guess it's two different parks in one. Maybe Cades Cove is a national park, I'm not really sure. We're in extremely eastern Tennessee on the North Carolina border, pretty much. The trees are starting to make shadows going back that way. You know, if we sat a little bit, like even if it was a little in the sun over there, we probably would have shade. Where's the sun? It's like right over there. Unless it's actually the sun's going to be over here. Maybe it's going to be over here. Yeah, maybe this is good because the sun's going to move this way. If we sat there, we'd be in the shade, but we wouldn't see the sun. This makes the most sense. Yeah, totally. This is totally good. I'm good with this. I thought there'd be way more people. Alright, so this is Mike. I'm at Cades Cove in Tennessee. Here it's 1:06, August 21st, 2017. It's about T-minus 3 minutes, maybe T-minus 2 minutes until the total solar eclipse begins. We're right in the center of the path of totality, so it will get completely dark here. Never seen anything like this. I got my glasses, I got the camera. I'm going to put the glasses on the camera and do a time lapse and use the other camera to take other pictures or shorter videos. That little garbage. We're in the southern part of West Virginia near Bluefield. There's a scenic overlook here. September 20th, 2017, 5:46. On our way down to Cades Cove, Tennessee to see the total solar eclipse. About 5.5 hours south of Pittsburgh. Nah, not too spectacular, although there's a nice creek down there. Look at that creek. So this is the overlook.
Maybe white water?
Yeah. No.
How much of a zoom does that have?
It does 30x optical.
Oh, that's
which, I mean, it videos like that too, which is pretty amazing. But you have to push the, get it to that point before you start recording or it won't be as clear.
You can't zoom in.
Well, you can, but it's better to start zoomed in than to try.
You guys want a picture?
We have just crossed into northern Virginia, or southern Virginia, western Virginia, in the Blue Ridge Mountains near Highway 77. This is the Welcome Center. We're starting to see signs on the road for the solar eclipse. That's some interesting pavilions. We're at a place called the Cookout here in Bristol, Virginia. Folks, we have arrived in Dollywood. Well, that right there is Dolly Parton. This is where we are going to stay. Comfort Inn, somewhere in the Smoky Mountains. Somewhere in the Smoky Mountain Range. Now, doesn't that place over there look like fun? Here we are at the Comfort Inn, Tennessee, near Dollywood. Getting ready to see the full solar eclipse. It's going to come out later today. We got to drive about an hour away. All the hotels are booked for hours from where it's going to be total for the longest time. at like 7 in the morning. People are coming from other countries to see this. It's taken hours to get into this Cades Cove Park for the solar eclipse. It's just beautiful. I think I brought some with me, but I don't. We're looking to see if we should park on the side of the road or if we should go to the parking area out here. Looks like it's already pretty full. Here at Cades Cove Park. It's this guy's idea. I'm glad he had a car for us. Kind of reminds me of Gettysburg with this kind of fence. I think Fort Necessity has something like this too.
You ready? Yeah. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
The brochure that it came in on.
People are setting up tripods everywhere. The best I can do is a gorilla pod. It's an interesting tree. Social media. Nice. This is definitely going to appear on social media. There's the restrooms. Nice.
Well, I wanted to find somebody
Nice.
Grandma.
Snakes active around buildings. Uh-oh. Bob was here.
Moon, one more moon.
They're giving away the moon here.
Sell you the moon.
They're selling the moon. This is great. There's a black hole sun covered by the moon. Solar eclipse demonstrations. Oh, neat. Park ranger stuff. We should get the other guy. He's gonna want to see this.
Backwards and move your arm forward or backwards. Do it until that moon totally blocks out the sun. Has everyone done it? When that happens, that is called a total eclipse. That moon is the perfect size.
There are no buses that run northbound.
Idle, don't idle.
What does it say we are?
So hokey.
Oh, we are. Yeah, that is pretty bad. There's a law in Pennsylvania, I think, for the trucks and the buses. I think that was a New York law too that they phased in Pennsylvania 5 years later. It's like no more idling in 5 minutes.
How this spot is.
Down there, they got junior rangers.
They sell services to somebody else. But I'm not going out there.
Oh, it's actually probably a piece of plastic. Oh, is that one? Mine's plastic.
What do you got there?
One that I always leave.
What's it called?
Coming up on a wild hog trap. Ooh, I wouldn't want to run into this guy. He doesn't look like he'd be too happy. Oh, wow. Oh, the baby bear.
We're going to go in there, but that's going to be the last thing we do before we go back to our...
Oh, okay, it's a big box trap. It's like bigger than a groundhog trap. Yeah, it's big enough for a hog.
Okay, cool. We're gonna start one.
All I can say is, let's go take a look.
Well, this looks like a gold mining thing, like where you would get gold. Oh, we go inside this thing. Interesting. It has a eerie smell. It's pretty nice. Look at the roof. So this is the eclipse beginning at Cades Cove. I'm not sure how this is going to work, so I got that camera. I'm trying to get the... There it is. There's the eclipse. Now I finally got the right camera angle. I'm viewing it through my camera, which is blocking the sun. Oh, the moon's there. Oh, nice.
Just to go look in the telescope.
There you go.
Oh my god, it's
Glasses on, guys.
solar eclipse is probably at 50% right now. I went and got double-sided tape so I can try to take So there's about half of the eclipse now. I finally got my camera set up to where I can see in the view here. So I'm doing a regular time lapse or regular speed with my Nikon. The GoPro won't get close enough. It doesn't zoom, so I can't really get a great image with the GoPro. Like to do is set this one up in real time and just show you guys, you know, how it gets dark. I guess that's probably the best use of my GoPro. I'll hook it up to my extra battery here, using the one battery to stabilize the Nikon. So it's starting to get a little bit dark, kind of like a, you know, a partially cloudy day. Let's just make sure this is good and red. I'm gonna see a black hole sun. It looks like a big moon. It's a really bright moon shape. Let's look through these like super dark glasses.
Buy more. What happened to my glasses? It is going on. No, but I had to put it like. No, they're like. Oh my God! How far from here?
I'm having trouble with the camera overheating, so I put some straw around it. Hopefully that'll help. This is so hillbilly. I wish I had a tripod. I had a gorilla pod, but I can't really hook it onto anything. I really need a tripod to get anything here. It takes forever to get this set up. It's already getting a little bit dark. See, it's like 50%. This is what it looks like just without any filter. The other camera's rolling with the filter. Still gotta check and see, do I have my... It's hard to see the ads in there. Little kids want to take out their iPad at a time like this. It's kind of like ridiculous. It's like, this is everything. Like, why would you want to look at an iPad now? Well, I don't know. Why do I want to look at my camera now, I guess? But yeah, it's just amazing. Chance. Yeah, these 750 solar shades, I've been tearing them up like nobody's business, just trying to get things. You can see how small the sun is. Yeah, it's not great here. I need the zoom lens. Thankfully this GoPro is water resistant and seems to work well when it gets pretty hot. The other camera overheated, so I can pour water over this one to cool it down. It's starting to get a little cooler. It's about 90 degrees and insanely high humidity. Yeah, the light is really weird right now. It's just like half of the normal sunlight. Eventually I'll have to start adjusting the f-stops on this to get more light into the picture, but that'll be something. When it gets dark, it's going to happen real fast, I think. Alright, 2:02 p.m. and 47 seconds, plus or minus a few, Monday, August 21st, 2017. Something Cove, Tennessee. Now I forgot where it is. It should be easy to see this soon, because it is getting a little darker, but there, I don't know if the camera here is getting what I see with the other camera, but that's the sun. Try to keep it in the center of the field of view. Don't let it get too far, because I am zoomed out quite a bit, which was totally hard to set this thing, and then you have to set the lens zoom, and then you kind of got to stick with that zoom. Cheapo Nikon camera. And the GoPro is better used for a vlog and just to kind of like talk about the thing and move around in real time. Afraid to go too far because I don't want anyone to steal my stuff or run over it and screw up the setup. Yeah, probably 55-60% right now. It's more than half of the sun is obliterated and blocked out by a new moon. Basically what I really want to have is I'm going to have two videos. I got one of the sun, which I'll probably time lapse, and then I got this real-time video just showing you what the solar eclipse looks like on the ground, how dark it's going to get. I've never seen more than 55%, so this is new territory for me. Okay, let's see. Let's get a little back. Moved up just a bit. See what my friends are. I can't really see them from here. Take these off for a sec. a butterfly came right up next to me. That's pretty neat. So the animals might start acting a little funky. Look at the shadows coming over the mountains. This is pretty wild. This is crazy. Might take a look again. Remember, always look at the eclipse with these special shades. Make sure they're approved by the Telescope Association or some reputable organization so you don't get fakes. About 65–70% maybe. It looks like a sleepy little moon, except it's orange and way too bright. Keep this set up here. It's good. Oh yeah, no, it's just this really, really weird light. It's like half shadow and half sun. It's a strange kind of light, kind of spooky. It's not so hot anymore too. It feels like it's dropped probably from 90 to maybe 85 degrees Fahrenheit. About 32 to maybe, you know, 29 Celsius or 28. Yeah, none of it. Whoa. Check my ground camera. They probably overheated again, which is absolutely horrible. Like it's probably 70% or more. It's getting about 70%. It's kind of dark. This is the camera I want to use to actually. Oops.
What?
I can change the light on this. I can manual. What can I do? Manual. I need to adjust this to a very fast aperture.
Maybe it's just Lapse. You guys, Wait, Totality soup? I got it. Mine's just yellow and it's white.
Alright, I got it. There you go. It looks like a afternoon. I got it. It's filling there. About 70 or 80%. My other camera here to capture the ambient light. It's been running for about 20 minutes now. Oh, it's getting pretty crazy. Whoa, 85% maybe. Let's walk around.
Oh, you can now. Show me that. Show your finger. Your finger. That's what I'm saying.
We'll start seeing Venus and different things probably soon. I'm not sure. 10 inches. This is amazing. It's 2:18 Eastern time. Here at, I think it's Porter's Cove or something, Tennessee. I got my trash. Just adjusting my other camera a bit. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's like a sliver moon. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's getting so dark. It's so weird. So this is about how much they're going to get in Pittsburgh, about 82 or 83%, but we're going all the way to Totality in 20 minutes, so this, no, it's just going to get really dark. This is going to be so strange. The shadows are almost gone. Well, they're getting weird. Alright, the sun's still in my view. Let me see if I can center it more. Sun's in the center. Hopefully the camera will not overheat this time, because there's not much sun. Please don't overheat, camera. 17 minutes. 17 minutes. There's just tripods and cameras set up everywhere. It's in 4K with GoPro 5. See if I can show you guys what I'm seeing. I'm trying to put a shadow over that without actually blocking the view. It's hard to do, but there's what I'm seeing. Wow. Oh. The Smoky Mountains are getting dark. I'm still using 400 ISO, whatever the base ISO is on the GoPro, and no exposure compensation. Cades Cove, that's where I'm at. I'm at Cades Cove. I'm so in awe that I forgot the name of the park. Tennessee, right over the North Carolina border, very eastern Tennessee. It's my first time down to Tennessee, first time in the Smoky Mountains, and first time seeing a total solar eclipse of the sun. Total amazingness. It's probably 90% now. It's really getting close. Oh my gosh. Let's keep it going, keep it centered. Stay centered, stay centered. You gotta keep centering my camera here because the sun's moving quite a bit when it's zoomed out at that level. It's hard to find too when it's way zoomed out. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, it's so close. It's like Y2K all over again or something. Just the sense of anticipation and excitement is unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. Holy heck, it's crazy.
Oh my gosh, isn't it cool?
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right. Let me make sure no one tips this over. What are you guys seeing there?
Leaves projecting.
Do they project something?
Presents.
Oh, yeah, let me see. Okay. Okay, it's getting dark. I've been videoing the whole thing in 2 cameras. Yeah. Holy heck. Let me see what's going on here.
Check out these shadows.
Oh my gosh, the shadows from the leaves are projecting the... This is unbelievable. This is amazing.
A bunch of little tiny ones over here.
This is... Yeah. I have my other camera zoomed way out and it's on the ground and I have to keep moving it because, you know, the sun keeps moving. But this is, oh my gosh, I've never seen this. This is nuts. I'm gonna have to start changing the ISO and the settings on here. It's starting to get dark. Let me go out into the field.
It looks darker.
It's so much darker. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's not much sun left. There is not much left. Oh, gosh. Look at this weird light. I'm shining up. You should see a little less light coming from the sun because it's getting smaller. When it's totality, this should pick it up too. Oh my gosh, there is not much sun left. Oh, where'd the sun go? I can see it getting smaller. Just here. Oh. Use what you got. I'm using a granola bar to keep it up because I think the sun's kind of moving that way. So I'm going to aim this up just to show you. Yeah, if you didn't have glasses on, you'd see a big bunch of white nothingness. Make sure we're getting... The colors are just off. Everything is weird. This is the strangest kind of light I've ever seen. The birds are starting to come around. Oh, there's butterflies like coming around me. Like stuff is weird. Oh wow. Camera sees. Okay. All right, time to keep these things on. Whoa. Oh, maybe. I think, you can probably see the sun's getting smaller even without the filter. It's now 2:28 Eastern Time, Monday, August 21st, 2017. Whoa, it's about 90-something%. It's dim. There's just a little sliver and it's getting smaller. And it's still this light. I can't believe it. It's gonna get dark so fast. Faster than I've ever seen it get dark, probably. The lights are going out. Oh, it's so close.
Oh my God.
1735 UTM or something, I think. So all I see right now is about 33% of the sun illuminated by a yellow-orange ring. It's just an outline, 4 minutes, T-minus 4 minutes until total darkness, and the lights go out here in the Smoky Mountains at Cades Cove. Show you what my other camera is seeing. You can see it's getting really close. Oh. It's getting a little cooler, thank goodness. It's nice, not so hot. guess the stars will come out too at some point, which will be totally unbelievably amazing. Let's see. It's like viewing the sun from Mars. There's just way less light here. It's starting to get dark over on the mountains. Oh my gosh, that's just interesting. Oh, it's so close. Oh, there's gonna be like a corona or something amazing that's gonna pop up. Holy heck, is it close? I'm still using the original settings on this GoPro. I haven't had to bump up the light so you can see it get dark.
Whoa, it's getting dark.
Whoa, the lights are going out. That's crazy. Oh, it's dark. Oh, this is crazy. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's hardly anything left. My friends are watching it through the trees, and I'm over here in the field so I can get different angles with the cameras here. $2:33 in 5 seconds. Okay, that edge of the sun is now maybe 25%. A line that's 25% a ring around the sun, the annular line. It's going toward totality. Say we're probably at 98, 99%. Oh. I don't even want to take any still pictures because the video is just too amazing. I don't want to stop and take a still picture. You can only appreciate these things in video. I'm gonna be in here. Oh, it's so weird. It's almost gone. It's gonna get dark so fast. This is crazy. Usually I have to go to like Australia or something. Oh my gosh. There's a thin ring around the sun. Maybe 18% of the sun illuminated by a thin ring on the edge. It's starting to get really dark now. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Do I want to watch the sun or do I want to watch it get dark? It's like getting way dark way fast. Like losing an f-stop every 10 seconds. Oh my gosh. Holy. Oh my gosh. Keep panning around here. Oh my gosh, it's almost darkness here. my other cameras record. Look at it, it's like 5%, 4% of the annular line, maybe 0.5% of the total sunlight. Where's the moon? What? Woo! 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 There's Venus! There's Venus! There's Venus! Woo! Woo! 100%. Oh my god, there it is! There's that crazy ring. It's totally a black hole sun. It's a black hole sun. And the other camera is not getting it. Oh man. All I see is Venus. That's the only planet. You can see the corona. It actually doesn't get totally dark during a total solar eclipse, which is kind of interesting to me. I kind of thought it got more dark, but okay, part of the sun is starting to break off and come back. Oh, there's something there. Uh-oh. Woo! It's 2:38. Here comes the light. Ah! Here it comes. Woo! Oh my gosh. Look at how fast it gets bright. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Wait, you open until we get them off.
That's a pretty cool day.
I have to
So it's getting about 70%. It's kind of dark. This is the camera I want to use to actually get the eclipse. See over there, it's dark. You can almost see where the light is just running out. Oh, heck. Oh, man. Time to take this stuff away. Wow. Got my stuff here.
Seven years for the next one, right?
I can't believe I videoed the entire thing until Totality. It took just 3 times. Oh, wow, I got so much of it.
Oh, I got something for you.
It's now 2:41. The only thing that I saw that come out that you can't usually see in the day is Venus.
Patience is the virtue.
Okay. This one.
Then I took one like this.
Oh. Do you get stills? All I got was video. I was afraid to stop filming.
Okay.
I'll have to send them to me. That's amazing.
Check out this corona.
Oh my gosh, that's like a black hole sun. That's beautiful.
That one's out of focus.
Nice.
That's out of focus. But here, as soon as I got some of these like this.
Oh.
And like that one.
That's amazing.
That's
because you had the tripod. I couldn't get one like that. It wasn't still enough.
That's why
great.
I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate it if I could get some of these pictures.
Send them to me, yeah. Sure. Oh man. I had the one camera, I was videoing like how it's getting dark around us, so I was walking around with this one, but the other one was on the ground.
If you want to hurry up.
Yeah, should we hurry up?
Yeah, if you want to, you want to stay.
What do you guys want to do? It don't matter to me.
Because this
I'm cool. We do got long drive.
Yeah, I mean, whatever makes sense. I mean, whatever, I don't know what else we need to do here. I mean, it's good to drive.
We see they're going the other direction. That's pretty cool. There's, the projection shadows in the leaves.
Oh, they're still there. Oh my gosh, they're still there. All I see is Venus. That's the only planet. You can see the corona. It actually doesn't get totally dark during a total solar eclipse, which is kind of interesting to me. I kind of thought it got more dark. But okay, part of the sun is starting to break off. Oh, there's something there. Uh-oh. Woo! It's 2:38. Here comes the light. Ah! Here it comes. Woo! Oh my gosh. You can see over there, it's dark. You can almost see it. Oh man. This it's time to take this.
If I give you an email address, sure. Would you mind sharing? So, okay.
Hopefully I'll get these things up tomorrow. I gotta learn how to use that thing I have to edit them.
I got a nice video like showing it going dark.
Oh, nice.
I got the one planet that came out.
That was Venus. That was I thought there would be a lot of stars, and I thought it would get a lot darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, it definitely was like 5 times the power of a full moon.
Oh.
I wonder if we should have even looked at it.
Well, I looked at it a few times, like for a second or two without my glasses, but mostly I looked at it with the glasses. But I couldn't, like, I had this camera like zoomed out and like focused on it, and whenever it got completely dark, like it didn't get that corona thing, like the camera didn't pick up that extra light. It only picked up the sun because it had.
I got the sun, and I got like I could see slimmers of the black dot inside. I couldn't see like that super fine corona. It was like 90% corona and occasional black dot.
Yeah, you know what I screwed up? I should have taken the filter off whenever it got like that, because I was blacking it out so much that it probably blacked out that corona. There were all these butterflies like coming at me too, which I thought was kind of weird, like big monarchs and like different butterflies. Yeah. No, the mountains are getting brighter.
That was cool though. You could see the exact moment it started passing. And it's like the exact moment it started passing, like it's like shining bright again. Like
there was like this little thing. It was so bright. Yeah, it was like 100 times brighter.
it's just so bizarre. It's so awesome how the moon and the sun,
they're like the same size.
Despite the difference in their actual size,
Yeah.
they're lined up perfectly.
Yeah.
Like they just match.
Sometimes
so
they're
cool.
not though. Do you remember like sometimes they have an annular eclipse, like where it's like one of them's not the right size and then there'll just be a ring around it? Because that happens sometimes too.
Well, that's what it was, a corona ring.
Yeah, the corona ring means it's 100% blocked, but an annular means that you actually see that really, really bright. Like, you might see 10% of the sun even when it goes right in the middle.
Well, I guess we are closer and farther from the sun, so
yeah,
it must depend. Maybe it gets darker.
Yeah.
If we were farther from the sun.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know though. This is pretty much the dead of summer.
Well, I'm thinking like,
I guess like September 21st.
It would have to do like with how the moon and the sun were. Like if the sun was the closest or if the farthest distance away, and then like where the moon was.
Yeah, right at the summer equinox, when we're the farthest, or whenever we're the farthest away, the moon's the closest, and it'd probably you could see stars.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling it just wasn't the perfect match.
It wasn't like a big enough moon. Like if you had a super moon go across the sun, like that would be a big moon.
The super moon, that's only an optical illusion.
Oh.
And you only usually see it low in the horizon.
Closer.
You don't usually see it up in the horizon.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought that meant it was really close.
No.
I mean, not like as close as you think it is, but I thought it was a little bit closer.
It's just an optical illusion.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Everything. think of what I don't need here. This is Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. Look at the size of those mountains. Something's killed all the trees up there.
So I got to take any pictures of you? No, I'm not got.
Just slow. There's nobody behind you. I guess turn around and we'll take from the sunny side.
On that side, yeah.
Not the shady
This one
side.
is an easier area to turn around than we need to.
Here, stop here.
Yeah.
If you're going to stop, we can take a picture.
You want to just do it here? Okay.
Yeah. Because I can't take a picture from
That's fine.
back.
Oh, man.
We have to look through this old forest again. Jesus, it's just terrible.
Huh.
Oh, my eyes are so tired of seeing all the trees.
There's a lot of green.
Yeah, no, it's no more green than Pennsylvania. You go through like the Laurel Mountains, it's more green than this. It's a darker kind of green, I think.
Deja vu.
Yeah. Deja vu. Deja vu.
It's just saw a couple cardinal flowers.
This looks like a decent
Yeah, we
place to
can get
turn around.
over there. Yeah, if we don't see any, this is really good. And we'll get over here, and we'll slowly. I'll do a 1,000,000-point turnaround, and we'll be good. Nothing is bad there. There's something there. Okay, we're almost turned around now. We're close.
That was
Thank you.